Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Savage Traveling coming to you from the rice fields of Isan. Here on the Scoopy 110cc, just riding and enjoying the afternoon. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about free use roads in Isan, Thailand. I'm in Isan, so we're going to talk about that because that's, I wouldn't say I know about it, but I am familiar with it, and it's really neat. Like, like right now they are paving a lot of stuff around the village, and as sad as that is to me, I understand that these people probably want paved roads. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, I may live here now and I may call it home, but it's their home. It's where they work and live, and I understand that. But we're just going to follow this, and it leads to some cool stuff, and hopefully I can show you a little bit about that while I talk. As you can tell, the rice is starting to not be as green as it used to, so they'll be pulling all that out here real soon. We passed a rice picker earlier coming into the village, so somebody's rice is ready. But yeah, free use roads, we don't really have them. We have public roads in the United States, and we probably had more of this situation 60, 80 years ago, at least in Indiana where I live. Now this might go on more in places out west where it's a lot more open, and maybe, like, I don't know about out east. It's pretty much, you can't, you know, you got to be careful of stuff like that. Obviously, you know, somebody put a white bag there, so you know, there's a big hole there that you could fall into, you know. You got an old guy over here doing his rice. But I equate these roads to like county roads in Indiana, where at one point it probably was all, I'm sure it was all like this in Indiana, where, you know, you get outside of town and it's farm roads, and, you know, you can use them. They're public. This is on the map. It's on the map as a road and not just some path, you know, cleared out by the locals. I like to go out and, you know, ride these roads because it is, you know, you might get some strange looks from the locals. They're like, what is this white dude doing out here? Especially when I'm riding around with a camera like this. Like, I'm getting some looks right now, actually. We're gonna cross over here. Right that way is the village of Nongkoi. It's just a nice little village that you know, we drive through it. She has a friend who rents a room there because she works at the milk factory, the milk bottling distribution factory I show in a video back, some videos back. But like, Thai people don't go out and cruise as much as I thought they would. Like, you know, back in, like, when I was a kid and first got your license, you just went out and cruised. And this was the kind of stuff I would look for in Indiana if I could find it. You know, I have always been fascinated with unpaved roads for some reason, and here I just get my fix. Like, it is amazing what you can just go and cruise on a dirt road through the countryside, get fresh air, you know, amazing sunshine, and just relax and enjoy the ride. You got the canals here with a little bit of water. I assume that they're slowly draining the rice fields right now because we're working on harvest time for everything around here, and this place will look totally different here in a month or so once they cut all this down. It's kind of like, looks like Indiana after they cut all the corn and soybeans down. It's kind of depressing, you know, but it's part of it. And this is what I do. Like, yeah, I get bored, I roll up a big fat green one, and I come out here and find a nice quiet spot to enjoy myself. And that is exactly the plan for today, and to talk a little to the camera and hope, you know, I can turn some people on or turn some people off about how amazing it is out here in Isan. Because I know it's not for everybody, but it's for me, and I know I'm not the only one, because, you know, there's other guys out here. I don't see them very often, but there's definitely other Western guys doing the same thing as I am out here. And not just here, but all over Isan and the rest of Thailand, obviously. you know, they're not the best kept roads, and that's the fun part for me, because on the other side of the village, right where I'm pointing the camera, actually, I talked about it in a video or two back, but like, and I showed where the roads used to be like this, and they've came through and put a road in, like, you know, so they are spending money out on areas like this. I don't know if it's from the provincial government, or the federal, I don't know if they call it that here, but you know, like the big government in Bangkok, I don't know how it works here. Don't really, I'm sure I'll figure it out someday, but it's not really important to me, because I'm bummed when they come in and put a road. But like I said, when I started, it's just a part of it, you know, like people probably been waiting on roads here their whole lives, and you know, where they can put them in, and the people who do get to, you know, that their rice fields are off to the side of them, I'm sure they're grateful, because when it is the old rainy season, you're not coming out here, you know what I mean? Like I said, there's some fish ponds there. Like, you're not coming out here when it rains. Like, you're gonna have to be determined, and you're gonna get muddy, you're gonna get wet, because I've done it occasionally. And so like, this one hasn't been used too much here lately, because I've never seen it grown up like that. There's some storks or something. They help pollinate the rice fields. They carry this, you know, they carry the pollen and the seeds around. From what, I don't know how it works, but the birds help pollinate the rice in the early season. So it's always fun to see the nok is in Thai. I don't know if it's Thai or Isan. Probably, I bet it's a Thai word, but nok is bird. I'll ask my wife what kind of bird that is, and she says nok, and that is all birds. She has a nice little place back there off the grid. I mean, you're out here alone. Yeah, I could enjoy that right there. But yeah, like I said, we're heading back to this reservoir that you're not allowed to fish, but it's you know, quaint, serene. And I take this ride every once in a while, and you know, relax. Like that's the main goal of living up here for me, and clearly many Thai people, is it's relaxing, and it's a place I can enjoy living. I've never really said that before, because where I'm from in Indiana, I've never really enjoyed living there. I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. I don't like the law enforcement. I don't like a lot of the people, to be honest. Like, you know, because I can't, like here, I don't understand what people are saying. So, hell, they may not like me either being out here, but I can't understand what they're saying, so I don't really care, you know. I'm legal, so, you know, my visa's good, so, you know, whatever. Obviously, I'm not out here trying to cause problems. I try to stay out of people's way. That's why you see me out here places like this, because I mean, it's nice. But yeah, free use road, as my wife explained it to me. And like I said, this part, there's barely a road here. Like, I remember the first time I came out here, right in this area, I got my GPS out because I was afraid I was not where I needed to be. But lo and behold, there was, you know, it's on the map as a road. I mean, it blows my mind still to this day. And hopefully it never gets pavement, you know what I mean, in my eyes. Now, like I said, now I'm sure the farmers out here, but then again, that could be I'm sure you have some that don't want a road being made in certain areas like they have been, because it just brings more people to that area. But you know, you don't know, I don't know what Thai people are thinking, and most of them I can't communicate with anyways, beyond hand signals and a few of my, you know, the little bit of Thai and Isan I know. Here's the reservoirs out here. So I assume this just helps, you know, feed the rice when they need it. But what's bummer is that you can't, it's marked as no fishing, but you'll come out here and you see, you know, evidence of people fishing here all the time. I'm not going to get caught out here fishing. Thai people, it's probably not as a big deal, but you know, I don't try to step on toes. I don't try to break laws. I try to be a, you know, just a guest, and you know, I definitely don't try to draw any more attention than I get, because I get all the attention. I can't ride through anywhere without, you know, and it's funny like that. Like Grandpa saw me, looked away immediately, and the I assume granddaughter stared right at me till I passed. And I mean, you know, it's whatever. I don't get self-conscious about it. They're just curious, and like he's like, the old man's probably like, God, another one's out here. Maybe, maybe not. Most of the people I talk to that can speak a little English. Oh, big snake, big snake, big snake. Well, we missed him. Most of the people I talk to that do speak a little English, or they're friends or family of my wife, they are thrilled that I'm here. They're amazed that I can live here, and it's not a, you know, that I like it. They're like, really? Like, what does he eat? And then she'll tell them like the Thai foods I do eat and stuff, and they're amazed. Like, they're totally amazed that I don't eat Falong food or McDonald's all the time, I guess. I don't really know what they're thinking, because I can't communicate with them. Every day something new. There's a pump station to pump out into the rice field. I think a motorbike's down here, but we're gonna go check it out anyways. But yeah, this is a huge reservoir. This is just like, they got it sectioned off, and I'll show you. We're gonna go out on like a peninsula here, or a pathway through the middle of the rice field. Oh, I don't want to bug this guy here. See, I thought there was a guy back here. I try not to get, you know, I try not to show, like, I'm sure that guy doesn't want to be on camera, so I try not to like be too intrusive. We're gonna start doing some market. We're gonna do a market video here soon, so you'll get to see some, you know, some locals on film then. But you know, when I'm out here doing this, I don't want to bother anybody. Like, more than likely though, they don't care, and they're more than happy to try to communicate or just, you know, interact with you, because there are some friendly people. Like, it's 10 times friendlier than I ever imagined it would be, and I don't know, I just love being out here. And that's kind of the point of the video today, is just, you know, explaining my gratitude towards being allowed. Well, you know, I married my wife, and she loves living here, and she was nice enough to welcome me into her home with her grandmother and her mother, and we just exist here now, and I'm trying to exist here longer. I would love to live here full time someday. Don't really want to go back to the US in its current condition right now. You got people about ready to starve out and stuff, but well, I'm not going to go any further. Let's stop here for now. I don't want to ride through this mud. I'll get muddy. But yeah, that guy was fishing. He had a fishing pole. It was laying on the ground. It looked like he was setting up his hammock or whatever. You just never know. There is definitely a sign, because you can ride all the way around to way over here. Oh, I see the sign right there. I don't know if you guys can see that from here. Maybe I'll zoom in if I can't see it when I go to edit this. But yeah, that thing says don't fish. I don't know why. I don't know the reasoning why. But like I said, if I see a sign, well, it's not in English. My wife was like, it says no fishing. And then one day I was out here by myself, and I was like, let's see what this thing says. So I busted out Google Translate, and it's like, no fishing. You know, I was like, because then I'd buy a boat for this place. You know, I mean, you can get a cheap boat out here, and I would do it if I was allowed to fish here, because I'm about guessing that this place is full, especially if there's a no fishing sign. So, but these sticks, I believe, I don't want to speculate, but I believe these have something to do with catching fish. But I could be totally wrong. And like, we haven't had rain in a while, and I've never seen it like this, where they have it going, you know, let the water flow through to this. This is probably, I'm going to assume this is the river that runs by my wife's property that I showed in last video, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to put I would bet money that it is. It looks about the right size, and it just, like, the village is literally right over there. It's not very far at all. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell what's going on with these sticks, but I think it has something to do with catching fish. But there's really no enforcement out here unless you call you about have to call the city police to come. I'm sure there's people who are assigned to this area, but you rarely see. I haven't seen a police in the village, except for the guy who lives in the village. There's a guy who lives over by Noy and Paul, my wife's and our friend that live in Belgium. Noy's mother lives in Dongelin, which is the next village. There's no distinction between villages, but like, it's the next village over. It's like 30-second ride from our house. And there's a cop that lives over there, and I'll see him coming home from the city occasionally. And the first couple times, you know, he gives the, what is he doing here, you know, about me. And but beyond that, I haven't seen like a roving police here this time. I've been here a month now. They just don't come out here unless they're needed, and I like it like that, you know what I mean? Which the Thai police are pretty cool, actually. I mean, you put the Thai police next to the American police, and I'd rather have to deal with the Thai police any day of the week, as long as I'm not in the wrong anyways, you know what I mean? As long as I'm not in the wrong. But yeah, guys, this is just a quick video showing you free use roads, me talking a little bit about Thai life out here in Isan, and how it's just, I don't know, I feel more myself here than I have anywhere ever, you know. And I've lived a few places now. I mean, in the United States, this is the first place I would ever say I lived outside of the country, you know. And I'm not just talking I came to Thailand for a month or 3 and stayed here. I mean, I've been coming here to the village for 2 years now. The first time I stayed here for 6 months. I've stayed here, I've had 2 months, you know, I was here for a couple months, and I was here for a month. Now I'm back here again over the last 2 years. And like I said, it's home for me now. You know, as long as I'm married to my wife, I will still be here, and I don't see why we wouldn't, you know, that's not changing, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Life in Isan, guys. Peace. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It's free to do. We're gonna do some you know, we're gonna try more on the videos instead of me just wandering around the countryside. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.